Sometimes I remember a story of a beautiful young woman who lived with her husband and children in a scheme in Portmore, Jamaica. She was the center of attention because she was such a beauty. Men would pass by her gate to get a chance to glimpse her, and that made her hated by many of the women. One day, her neighbor approached her about a table. The neighbor asked her if she could keep the table for her, as she was renovating the inside of her house. The beautiful young woman was skeptical at first, but she took the table in as a favor to her neighbor. That night, her husband returned from work, and she told him about her day and why the table was in the house. Her husband was iffy about it and told her to return it as soon as possible. The next morning, the husband heard her let out a loud scream. There were roaches everywhere. They were coming from the table. The house was now infested with teenage roaches. Her husband was upset. He started to warn her about being too trusting. She called the neighbor, and the neighbor told her that she didn't know anything about any roaches, and went on to say that she didn't have any because she wasn't nasty. The woman realized that it was intentional. She threw out the table, and it took a couple of years to get rid of them. No matter what she bought or who she called to get rid of the teenage roaches, they would just breed up back like nothing happened. The place was so infested that frogs came to the door at night just to try to get a belly full. From that day on, the young woman didn't trust any of her neighbors, and she never forgot what happened.